Here is an image of me and my very fast bike. It goes 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds. And here's me and the bike again after we've edited this photo. Let me show you how to do that. I'm going to deselect the snapshot and let's start working with it. The first module that we're going to use is the Filmic RGB. It's probably activated already if you use the scene referred workflow. But in this case, we're going to scene. I'm going to use auto tune levels because that for this image will work the best. And then I go to look and I want to increase the contrast by using this module. Right, let's set it to 1.1 using the right mouse button. And then I notice that the image is still a bit dark and we can also see it over here. So I'm going to increase the exposure by clicking here and then dragging it to the right, just to make it a bit brighter. And then now that we've covered the basics, so the contrast and the exposure, I want to work on the colors. And for that, I'm going to use the Color Balance RGB module because this is the best module you can use for that purpose. Now with the Mask tab selected, I'm going to use these because these two are the auto tune levels again. So I'm going to place it on the white fulcrum, on the contrast gray fulcrum, and I'm going to the 4-ways tab. Now the reason why I'm using the 4-ways tab is because I can introduce more contrast that way. So in this case, I'm going to drop the shadows, I'm going to drop the highlights, and I'm going to increase the power of the image. So let's see a before. Let's see an after. And now we're going to use the master tab. And in the master tab, I want to work on the basics of this image some more. So I'm going to increase the contrast ever so slightly. And then I want to decrease the linear chroma grading of the highlights. Now, if you want to learn what these three are about, so the linear chroma grading, the perceptual saturation grading, and the perceptual brilliance grading, I've addressed that in a different video, which I'll link up here for you to check it out. Now I also want to increase the global saturation of this image, and now you see the colors appear. But I'm also going to drop down the shadows of the perceptual brilliance grading, and I'm going to increase the midtones to make this image pop even more. After that, I'm going to the local contrast module, and the local contrast will add some contrast to this image to make it more lively, to make it more pop. But in this case, I'm going to use two instances of it. I'm going to keep the first one on 125%, and I'm going to create a new instance. But for this new instance, I'm going to place this on 180% because it's one of my most favorite settings because it really makes the image pop. But in this case, I don't want everything to be affected, but I want myself standing out. So for that, we need a drawn mask. And the best way to do this, because you've got all these spots over here in between, is to just use the brush rather than using the path tool, for instance. Now, if you want to increase the brush size, just scroll away from you. If you want to decrease it, scroll towards you. If you want to decrease the feathering, hold shift and do the same thing. And then just paint over the subject that you want to be affected. Now, please know that you can also use several instances of this. So if I just release the mouse button right now, I can just click this symbol and that will allow me to add another brush. Now, if you want to see your brushes, you can click here, or if you want to see what you've already done, you can click this symbol. So now I'm going to add in some more. And then once that's done, we're going to continue with this image. And that looks great. So let's see a before. So here's a before. And now let's see an after. You see that the background is not changing, but me and the bike are changing. So that puts more emphasis on the subject rather than the distractions on the background. Then we're going to use the tone equalizer because I think this is a bit too dark. So I want to increase that. So once again, tone equalizer, just search it in the search bar, activate it. And then if you hover over the areas, you can actually see what the range is of those pixels, right? So we've got a very bright part over here, we've got dark parts over here, and then if I just move my mouse wheel button, it starts to affect those areas. Now, once again, I don't want the entire image to be affected, so that means I need another mask. So rather than drawing a mask again, I'm just going to click here for the drawn mask, and I'm going to use drawn mask, mask used, and then use the one that I've used, use same shape as local contrast. That will add in all these ones that I've just created, and that saves me heaps and heaps of time, right? So let's see before, let's see an after. Still a bit too dark, so let me increase it. There we go. You don't want to overdo it, because if you overdo it, let me show you by closing this down, you will start to see noise in your image, and that's something you don't want to. Right, so now the bike's more bright. That looks a lot better. And then we've got 3 more things to do. The first one is the denoise one, and I'm not going to mess around with these settings. I'm just going to activate that one because that will take all the settings of my camera. So in this case, found match for ISO to 50. Now this is the camera that I've used, the ILC E7C. This is the Sony A7C. So found match. I'm not going to change these things. I'm going to close it down. And now I want to add in a lens correction. There we go. And then I want to add in a vignette because I think that the background is still drawing in too much attention away from the subject. So I'm going to activate that one. And now you can use these parts to increase or decrease the size of the vignetting. You can zoom out holding control and then grab the outer points as well. And then you can do the same thing. So decrease or increase it. I'm going to make this smaller. You can also use these settings over here, but I just find this much more easy to work with. And now let's go like this. Zoom in. Let's see a before. Let's see an after. Much better. I can also increase this because I think that the wheels are starting to become a bit too dark for my taste. Now let's see a before and after, right? So we've got before orientation one. We've got the after one. And that looks amazing. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Doei!